Are you guys watching this? We have a private takeover of the federal government that is being labeled reform. It is clearly in violation of a number of federal laws, at the very least of which is records retention, that a lot of websites that are being unilaterally taken down, public data sets at the CDC that were unavailable for, like a CDC employee had to go out of bounds and upload those to a drive online just so there would be access to them. We have people who haven't gone through security clearances who are using Gmail addresses to join top-level OPM meetings. This is an circus. And I guess, sorry, that's all the time that the guest has. That's all the time we have this morning for Trump Morning News. As always, we remind you, your state legislators, you can't do anything directly about this, and there's nothing the Republican Party could have done in the last 20 years. Oh, and by the way, Musk did a Hitler salute on stage. Mr. President, I yield the well. Good morning, colleagues. I'm the senator from the 14th, and this is Trump Morning News. Trump Morning News, your leading entity in Trump morning entertainment, keeping you apprised of the health of your democracy. Today in Trump Morning News, we're discussing over the weekend the radical takeover by tech billionaire Elon Musk of the entire federal government. If you think that's an exaggeration, just look at what he and his privately appointed deputies have done. They've walked into the General Services Administration, GSA, the OPM, Office of Personnel Management, and the Department of the Treasury to take over critical functions of the federal bureaucracy. Now, technically, President Trump issued an executive order to rename the USDS digital service to the US Doge service. For those of you who are unaware, Doge, D-O-G-E, is a reference to a dog of the Shiba Inu breed, which is a meme and an online joke, if you will, around which Elon Musk has developed a cryptocurrency coin, as well as the entire branding of federal bureaucratic reform. He has installed one of his privately appointed deputies as chief of staff of the Office of Personnel Management, overseeing the management of millions of federal personnel files. It appears that his top team did not go through normal hiring or background check procedures before they took office and started reviewing the entire federal bureaucracy. Wired.com has reported that there is a crack team of 6 deputies that Musk has installed at GSA and other agencies that range between the ages of 19 and 24 years old, who have started reviewing federal bureaucrats at the highest levels. Bureaucrats are reporting to Wired that they had to go into private meetings with these college kids and justify their entire roles. One of them, his name is Edward, has a LinkedIn profile in which the handle of the LinkedIn profile is Big Balls. Now, I remember, and this is just me editorializing, when I was a kid and I had an email address applying to jobs, I received the advice, you should probably change your email address to something professional. Nonetheless, one of Musk's top deputies is named Big Balls. These individuals have been systematically shutting out duly appointed federal officials from their access to various agencies. One of the first actions that was taken was to shut down the USAID, which is an organization that Elon Musk has called criminal on Twitter. USAID, for those at home, is an agency responsible for overseas aid delivery that has been one of the most important components of the United States' exercise of soft power in the post-war era. USAID has hundreds of employees who are illegally fired over the weekend, which leads to millions of dollars of aid overseas that are not being administered. Many critical care clinics and other administration sites of aid have been shut down, leading to people not getting critical disease care and probably causing a number of deaths. But I digress. Another agency that has had immense unprecedented personnel actions over the weekend is the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI. Thousands of employees who were involved in the January 6th investigation, one of the largest federal investigations of all time, now have their employment in jeopardy because the order from President Trump was to essentially question everybody involved in the Jan 6 investigation and in many cases terminate them. Many FBI employees have already been unlawfully sidelined. I've heard rumors that there is a protest by FBI agents planned. Let's hope we don't pass a bill to call them domestic terrorists for protesting. Finally, the Elon Musk team has gained access to the federal payment system at the Department of Treasury. For those of you at home, the Department of Treasury is more or less a checkbook for the rest of the federal government. Under the auspices of reform and cutting waste, Elon Musk has gained access to the payment system and threatened to stop payments unilaterally and at his own discretion based on his own judgment about which payments deviate from federal law or which are, quote, woke. One of those payments is to a Lutheran charity or nonprofit organization, which he criticizes for being Lutheran. Ding dong, hello, advocates of religious freedom, be warned, Elon Musk is specifically targeting a payment system on the basis of its Christian affiliation. We have people who haven't gone through security clearances who are using Gmail addresses to join top-level OPM meetings. This is an circus. And I guess, sorry, that's all the time that the guest has. That's all the time we have this morning for Trump Morning News. As always, we remind you, your state legislators, you can't do anything directly about this, and there's nothing the Republican Party could have done in the last 20 years. Oh, and by the way, Musk did a Hitler salute on stage. Mr. President, I yield the well.